One that you talked about, and you haven't gone into it too much in depth, but you don't believe dinosaurs are real.
So this is a funny one. I was just walking with Savannah, my manager, because we do like these little evening walks, and I just looked up to her and I was like, dinosaurs? That seems pretty fake and gay. People will literally say they don't believe in God, but then tell them like dinosaurs aren't real and they fall apart. Like, I'm like, okay, so they're just roaming the planet. Because I got into and very much subscribe and believe and know to be true that there is a Christ conspiracy that's happening right now, which is the intentional removal of Christ because they want people not to believe in God, but instead to believe in humans. There was no concept of a dinosaur until 1850. That's very recent, right? That's the first time they were like, we actually think that there were these reptiles that are roaming the planet, and then within that same decade, they were like, dinosaur bones. Then like
Really?
Suddenly there's entire museums, and in China, they have actually been caught manufacturing dinosaur bones many times over. And it is the case that dinosaur bones, for whatever reason, are always just found by the paleontologists. But then with time, this is why you learn about the theory of evolution, Homo sapien, Australopithecus, but then we were Homo erectus, and now you're a human being.
Isn't that the definition of Satanism?
Once you start to realize that Satanism is real, they know God's real, and yet they're convincing everyone that God isn't. And so when you speak to people that are super rational out of school, you're like, well, the evolutionary theory makes sense. So it makes sense to you that you started as a chimpanzee. Like, that's a faith, buddy.
First fight of the day. That's like maybe 3.
Then you start talking about basic science, but they don't actually know. They can't talk to you about Van Allen belt. They don't know anything. The Bible is real, which I know in my heart to be true, but it's interesting because, once you start to realize that all of it is about countering everything that is in the Bible, right? You have a creator. No. Evolutionary theory is real, actually.
But this has the actual skin and armor of the animal from the head to around the hip. Found by mine workers in Canada in 2011 that were drilling for crude oil, they saw big brown rocks that looked like ribs, but they had no idea that it was a dinosaur.
A meteor hit, and I don't know, like if the meteor hit and wiped out the dinosaurs, but then like the lizards came. I don't even. Okay, so it wiped out the dinosaurs. Then what happened? They're like, well, then the amoeba was around, but then like little lizards are from that. I actually don't. I have a lot of questions. I wish I was in 6th grade again, because they tell us all this stuff like dinosaurs are like when you're in 2nd grade, and guys are like, yeah,